Woot, 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 woot,
boy.
Good
Yeah,
evening.
yeah, man. Bless up the people now. Come
Yeah,
on, man.
yeah. Hello, everyone.
Yeah,
Welcome to Campus
yeah.
Connection. You done know.
You
You
don't
done.
know.
You done know.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, yes. It's Campus Connection and it's brought to you by Heart NST. Trust, skill is power.
power.
And just in case you're wondering, who are these people on my radio? Who are these people
Speaking
on
very
my
bad English.
screen speaking like that? Boy, guys, it's Campus Connection. What can I say? I'm Jonathan Fletcher. And
And
with
I'm
me is my
Anessa.
co-host. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. She come back, people. She come back, people.
You know
She
how.
jumped ship last week, but she's back. Bless God, because yeah, I
Yeah.
was in the trenches, but she's back.
Oh,
So it's vibes, it's vibes, it's vibes.
yeah.
You know, and you know, anytime we link up, it's vibes. Yeah,
Always, always.
yeah.
How you
Well, for
doing?
today, yeah, I'm good, good. Can't complain, can't complain. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I believe we have a word from our sponsor, so we should do that before we
Yes,
do anything
absolutely,
else.
absolutely.
Let's do that.
Jamaica and its workforce are advancing quickly. Life changing opportunities are arising. You need training and support. We are the Renewed Heart NSTA Trust, committed to providing new and emerging skills training and opportunities. Come to Heart. We'll help you claim your place in the workforce of the future.
Okay, where are the campus lights? Students are strap up in a price.
Welcome back to Campus Connection. It is a wonderful Tuesday evening, and
Mm-hmm.
we're just excited about today's show. It's going to be really good. We're going to be talking about financial literacy, right? And
Yeah.
before we get into that, Jonathan, we have
Mm-hmm.
on a roll with Miss Joelle Foster of Guys Hill High School. And you know how you always see those students in school that they're the ones that get all the prizes and all the awards at prize giving
Yeah.
ceremony? Well,
Yeah.
Joel
Yeah.
Foster is that for Guys Hill. So you definitely want to hear her share at 5:40. And then, of course, we have our I Chose Christ feature with
Mm-hmm.
Chanel Brown of the Queen's School. And then we get into the meat of the matter. Isn't that right?
Yes, yes, yes. You know, and I was thinking about financial literacy, and I was saying to myself, so boy, if I did start save from grade one, you know, if I did stop by the one bag of something them,
Cheese tricks, bag
you
jokes.
know, all of them something there never matter.
I'm
I'd
telling
be a
you,
trillionaire right now. You
telling
know,
you.
being a trillionaire. But let me ask you something. Did you have a bank book?
I did have a bank book.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Was
I need
there
to actually
anything written in the bank book? Is a different story. But I did
I
have one.
remember in primary school, we would update our bank books, I believe, every Friday or every Wednesday. I can't remember. And I don't know where that money is. I really should go up to the bank one of these days and inquire about that. But yeah, man, I really need to, because me need it. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
Bank, if you're listening, are coming up there, right? So
yeah.
just
Uh,
sort out and do the right
See
thing.
you
But we
tomorrow.
want our, yeah, man, we want our young people to have the information. It's readily available and want to make sure that it's presented in such a way that they can understand clearly. And the question that we're asking this evening, and want our listeners and viewers to jump in and be a part of this conversation as well. How early should persons be exposed to proper financial education? So
Mm,
let me repeat the question. How early should persons be exposed to proper financial education? You can
mhm.
WhatsApp us at 876-997-3125. That's 876-997-3125. Or you can comment on our live stream. We're streaming live right now. Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Love 101 FM Jamaica. That's at Love 101 FM Jamaica. And the question again, how early should persons be exposed to proper financial education?
It's such an important question, Jonathan, and I feel like we have the perfect guests to help us with
Mm-hmm.
this question. We have Miss Aisha Ritchie of Rich Ignition Consulting Solutions. She's a
Mm-hmm.
personal finance guru, so we're looking forward to hearing from her. And we also have Mr. Nicholas Williamson, a student at UMona and social entrepreneur, but he's also a part of the VM group, and he
Mm-hmm.
goes around educating young people on finances and personal finances. So we have the right set of people to really address this topic.
We absolutely do. You know, last week we had a wonderful conversation with Aisha. So much, nuggets coming out of it, and it's only fitting that she joins in on this conversation this week as we explore the world of financial literacy. But before we go any further, we're going to go straight into our education news and bulletin, and it will be done by Eden Palmer, president of the UTech Jamaica Journalism Society.
Education News and Bulletin for today, Tuesday, January 28, 2025. US $30 million lab upgrade for schools. A sum of 30 million US dollars has been allocated by the government to upgrade school labs across Jamaica, with the goal of improving the quality of education and preparing students for careers in the health sector. Minister of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, Senator Dr. the Honorable Dana Morris Dixon, made the disclosure at the Health and Wellness Career Expo and Employment Fair last week at the University of West Indies Mona campus. She argued that the initiative would equip students with the necessary tools to enter health related professions and to address the growing demand for skilled workers in the area. Morris Dixon further quoted that many labs currently lack the equipment they need, and during this year, they will be spending $30 million to equip all of the labs. The focus will be on biology, chemistry, and physics laboratories, ensuring that students have access to advanced resources to facilitate a smooth transition into the various health sector careers. 45% of CMU students employed before graduation. A recent survey has found that 45% of Caribbean Maritime University CMU students are employed before graduating from the institution. In addition, 74% gain employment within 6 months of graduating, and by the 9 month mark, 80% are employed. The survey titled Trace a Study of CMU Graduates 2019 to 2023 Fostering Lifelong Connection, Reaching Our Graduates was conducted by the university's research department over a 3 month period in 2024. Of the local graduates, 306 were from Kingston and St. Andrew, 237 from St. Catherine, 84 from Clarendon, 51 from St. Thomas, 44 from St. Anne, and 16 from Hanover. No alcohol. Principal Director in the Prevention, Public Education and Treatment Branch at the National Council on Drug Abuse, Colette Curlew, is imploring parents to play an active role in steering their children away from alcohol use. She noted that active parental involvement is essential in combating underage drinking and its potential long term effects on health, citing that parents must pay attention to their children, investigate their changes in behavior, hygiene, attitude, friends, and academic performance. By practicing talk, listen, care, parents can create open dialogue and build trust with their children. Curlew also stated that schools and educators are to facilitate children discussing their concerns safely. And for the bulletin. Global Prayer and Intercession Ministry presents Prayer Power 2.0. 7 weeks of prayer for the Ministry of Education, Youth and Culture and our nation's schools, running from Monday, January 13th to Saturday, March 1st, 2025, with main speaker Pastor Abrahams. Join us at Hands of Elohim Ministry, the Kingdom Center, shop number 4, Spanish Town Mall, St. Catherine. Or you can stream with us via Zoom. For more information, call us at 876-328-1570 or send us an email to calledtopray24@gmail.com. Students Christian Fellowship and Scripture Union, SCFSU, warmly invites you to our Fellowship Breakfast 2025 on Saturday, February 8th, 8:15 a.m. at the Solarfield Chapel, that's 5 to 9 Solarfield Road, under the theme Thriving Together for a Bright Future. Join us for a time of connecting and fellowship. We will also be hearing from our speaker, Dr. Krish Kandaya from the UK. The cost is $6,500 per person, and we want you to be there. Kindly register yourself, family, or a group by emailing Students Christian Fellowship at yahoo.com or s.hines at scfsu.org or call us at 876-977-5886. That was your education news and bulletin for Campus Connection, Tuesday, January 28, 2025. I am Eden Palmer. Please stick and stay with us right here on the family station, Love 101.
She read news nice, nice.
Nice, nice. Almost as if she's the president of the UTech Journalism Society.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
know
know. I
what?
don't know. Something or something,
Yeah,
around on pod.
yeah.
Yeah. But big up yourself, Eden. Always a pleasure hearing you read the news.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it's time for honor roll. I think it's
Okay.
time for honor roll. Yeah.
All
So
right. So we're
producer is
not
not pleased
gonna
with us. Our producer is not pleased with us. So
oh,
let us put on our
okay. All
yeah.
right.
Let's be nice. Let's be nice.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
All
Let's
right.
be
Put on your nice
decent
voice.
people.
Let me hear your nice voice.
Okay, it's time for honor roll.
Beautiful. Jermaine, we're sorry. We're sorry, Jermaine.
Okay.
Go on.
All
Go through.
right. So, Jermaine, I just want to apologize if anybody is giving trouble on this show. I apologize from now. All right. So it's now time for honor roll with Miss Joelle Foster of Guys Hill High School. Right. Let me just read her resume. Joelle Janae Foster is the president of the Mathematics Club. She's the vice president of the Writers Club. And of course, this is at Guys Hill High School. She is the JCDC Culture Club member. She's a JCDC Culture Club member. She's the manager for the track team of Guys Hill High School. And she's the PRO for the prefect body. She also did 2 CSEC subjects in grade 10. Now, I don't know how many grade 10 students are really listening to this, but yes, if she can do
Okay.
it, you can do it too. So she has a grade 1 in POB, Principles of Business, straight A profile, and she has a grade 2 in Human and Social Biology. Joel has been on the Principals Honor Roll from grade 7 till grade 10. And
Big.
she has maintained the highest average in the school. And she is the top student in school, getting the chairman's award from grade 7 to grade 10. Now you
Wow.
tell me,
Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing.
this is the
Ladies
person
and gentlemen.
everybody
Yeah,
wants
man.
to see what you wrote on the test. Everybody asks you after the test, what did you write for this question? What did you
Yeah,
write for
yeah,
that
yeah.
question? There, she's the person they go to.
Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Joel Foster, welcome, welcome to
Welcome,
Campus
welcome.
Connection.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you guys?
Awesome. We're good. We're
We're
good.
doing good. We're slightly intimidated by your long list of achievements.
There's no need to be.
Thank you for reassuring us, Joel. Really appreciate it. But before we continue the conversation, we have to jump to a quick break. So you want to stay with us? We have more with Joel Foster after these messages.
Jamaica and its workforce are advancing quickly. Life changing opportunities are arising. You need training and support. We are the Renewed Heart NSTA Trust, committed to providing new and emerging skills training and opportunities. Come to Heart. We'll help you claim your place in the workforce of the future.
The report is out.
What report?
The Constitutional Reform Committee's report of recommendations
Recommendations on what?
on how we move from a monarchy to a republic, of course.
So what's in it?
The creation of the office of president and changes to our parliament. Yes, man. It also includes a new qualification for membership in parliament. I know you want to see that one.
Read the full report at roadtorepublic.mlca.gov.jm.
We are on the road to republic.
Okay, where are the campus nights? Students are step up in a pride to be city, yeah. I want to run from campus.
Yes. Welcome back to Campus Connection. If you're just joining us, we are with our honor roll guest, none other than Joelle Foster, an amazing young lady doing amazing things, and we're so excited to get in the conversation with her. Joel, you attend Guys Hill High School. What has the experience been like so far?
Well, when I was in primary school and choosing my high school options, I didn't want to go to guys at high school because of the proximity. But it wasn't really
Mm.
my choice. My mother chose it for me because it's her alma mater. So you want to see a
Mm.
child go to the school that you went to. But I went, and honestly, it was nothing like I expected.
Mm.
Like I I'm not gonna tell you like I had very low expectations, but I went there and the teachers are amazing. The whole ambience of the school is amazing,
Wow.
and it just makes the learning environment
Mm.
itself better for me. And I did not expect that at all.
So you're in grade 10, correct? Or
Um,
grade 11? So you're in grade 11 and you've been consistently performing at such a high standard, not just in your academics, but in extracurricular activities. How do you balance the two, academics and extracurricular activities?
So personally, for me, the main thing that I do is that the main skill that I've developed is time management. Because over the years, throughout all of high school, I've been in extracurriculars as well as balancing my academics. So with that, I've learned to develop meticulous time management skills. Because you don't want to solely focus on academics only. Like you have to have a balance between that and the extracurricular activities. So
Mhm.
with that, I would say it's just something that I have learned over the years doing
Mhm.
this. And also, the time management, it's
Mm-hmm.
like because I do multiple subjects. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
everyone does multiple subjects, but with that, I learned to focus more on my weaknesses than my strengths in school. So
Mm.
like you can't, for example, you can't be good at something and put more energy into that than something you're bad at. That doesn't make any sense. So I would say
Mhm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
also a part of it.
Wow.
Wow, that is absolutely powerful. You mentioned earlier about your mother making the choice for you as relates to going to Guys Hill. What is the support system like, from family, friends, teachers? What's that like, and how important is it to have that kind of support system for you?
Having this support system has allowed me to achieve a lot. I could not do this on my own. As for my mother is like my main driving force. Like she'll
Mm-hmm.
see me, and if I'm down, she'll push me up. Like she sits and studies with me, especially because she also teaches what do you say? She's a teacher of building and technical drawing, and I do those subjects, so it's
Okay.
easier. It's like I have a primary source to like help me with those
Nice.
subjects as well. As for my teachers, like my teachers, it's kind of a love. Yeah, it's all love. But for example, if they see me like flaunting a little, they'll
Mm-hmm.
definitely like tell me to pull up my socks. Like they don't like
Mm-hmm.
seeing that because
Mhm.
sometimes it's like I get too cool and relaxed, and they're like, no, because I have to
They know the potential.
live up. Yeah,
Mm.
live up to the
Wow.
standard.
So I see a lot of people in the comments just going off and just cheering you on and encouraging you. I see Netanya, I see Kiara, Nikita, Kelsey, Marva. It's a whole lot of comments. And I just wanted to know from you, what would you attribute your success to? Is it the support system, or is there something else that really keeps you going?
It's definitely the support system. Like as I said before, I could not do this without my family, my friends, my teachers, the whole school to begin. Yeah. So
Mhm.
it's definitely the support system.
Awesome. And you're studying building and furniture making. Is that what you would like to do as a career? Is that where you'd like to go?
Yes, in the future I would like to become an architect or a civil engineer.
Mm.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, something in
And
the
you,
built environment.
so usually that is a male dominated, as they would put it, field. How do you feel about that going into the space? Is it that you want to really go and represent for, ladies and be that kind of change to really balance the scale? Is that your intent?
No, it's not really like that. It's just something that I'm very passionate about, and I'm not
Mm-hmm.
really intimidated by the whole
Love
male
that.
dominated aspect. So it's not really
Mm-hmm.
about that. It's just what I'm passionate about and what I want to do.
So, okay,
Awesome.
why are you so passionate about it though?
Well, ever since I was a child, it's just like I've been so fascinated with the whole concept of how buildings and structures such as like roads and bridges are made. And when I came to high school, I got exposed to the subjects such as building and technical drawing. And that's when I knew for sure that, yeah, that's what I want to do.
Wow.
Wow, absolutely powerful. And we're so very proud of you, all the things that you would have been able to achieve thus far. And we're really looking forward to seeing what you'll be able to do as you continue along that path. But before we wrap, do you have anybody that you want to shout out, anybody that you want to hail up? Now is the time.
Yeah, I would like to say thank you to my family, my friends, especially those in the comments. Thank you for being here. Thank you to all my teachers, my principal, Mr. Cecil Donald, and overall just guys in high school.
Wow.
Awesome.
Well,
Awesome.
we thank you so much, Joel, for just reminding us and our young people how all the things you can do if you just remain focused and keep at it. So we wish you all the best. Don't stop, We want it the next time we hear from you, you should be doing some furniture making or building a bridge somewhere. We need to hear some positive reports from you. But yes, we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Joel Foster, our honor roll guest here inside Campus Connection. Amazing, amazing young lady. Top girl in the school who has always maintained an A plus average. She's a vocational and practical kind of girl doing building and furniture making. Awesome, awesome stuff here inside Campus Connection. Yeah.
Yeah, it's now time for I Chose Christ. This is our feature where we focus on the testimony of a student. And today's feature comes from Shaniel Brown of the Queen's School. So listen in and be blessed.
My name is Shaniel Brown. I am 17 years of age. I attend the Queen School and I'm in grade 12. And I'm also a humanities student studying to become a child psychologist in the near future. It is my pleasure to be able to share my testimony about God's transformation in my life and how I chose Christ. There was a time in my life where I felt like I didn't belong and I just existed. I'd go to church, then come home, and I would feel like I just couldn't do this anymore. Reading my Bible and praying started really boring. I just couldn't bother. So it was hard for me. I was in a place of darkness and despair. No one even know or care because I didn't show it. I kept on a plastic smile for everyone. But in private, I would cry myself to sleep and I would hate myself for the person that I'm becoming. Even though praying and reading the Bible, going to church, talking to people about God, I didn't even know God myself. Like I just did it because, your parents said that you should go to church and whatever. So you just go with them because you're still living under their roof, so you do what they say. But one day I decided to pick up my Bible and I just keep it open to Second Corinthians and it landed on I just landed my eyes on 12. So I decided I was gonna read it. And I started reading and verse 9 stuck out to me and it said, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weakness so that Christ's power may rest on me." It reminded me that God's grace and power in the face of weakness, it conveys the idea that God's strength is evident when we are weak and that we can find contentment in our suffering. So even in our suffering, we can and should still surrender the will of God. It is not God's will for us to live in sadness and despair, but to be joyful and full of love. I encourage you to know what God's will for your life is and know that His grace is sufficient for you. I chose Christ and you should too.
Amazing, beautiful testimony there from our I Chose Christ feature. Always so sobering hearing from our young people. Wow, absolutely amazing. And that was Chanel from the Queen's School. So amazing. And if you want to send us your testimony, if you want to let us know why you chose Christ, feel free to send us an email, love101 campusconnection@gmail.com. That's love101 campusconnection@gmail.com. Just send us the audio and we'll be sure to add you to the lineup of the testimonies that we have to share. Yeah.
Just want to remind everyone of our social media question. We wanted to know from you, how early should persons be exposed to proper financial education? Right? As we're gearing up, we're getting ready to talk about financial literacy on our discussion segment. But what are your thoughts? We want you to chime in. We want to know, how early should persons be exposed to proper financial education? Is there such a thing as too early? I know I've certainly felt like there is such a thing as too late, Jonathan. But we want to know from you. So you can reach out to us on Facebook. We're live on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok at Love 101 FM Jamaica. And you can also reach out to us on WhatsApp at 876-997-3125. So we want to hear from you.
Awesome. Yeah, I think we should go to a break and then we come right back after these messages with more campus connection.
Students, academics, and other stakeholders of universities and colleges, the Jamaica Customs Agency invites you to its inaugural lecture series and dialogue at the University of Technology on Friday, January 31 from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. under the theme Customs, delivering on its commitment to efficiency, security, and prosperity. Visit jca.gov.jm to register and to participate in this robust series in person or online. That's the Jamaica Customs Lecture Series and Dialogue this Friday, January 31 at UTech. Jamaica Customs, unearthing innovation through partnership and collaboration.
Oh my gosh, it's you sound. Hey, this is Vice, and I represent what? Youth Sound.
Listen for Youth Sounds on Wednesdays at 4:15 p.m. as youths from the Jamaica Baptist Union discuss issues affecting youth. Youth Sounds.
Are you sound?
What do you mean by youth sounds? Youth sounds. Don't know it's youth sound.
Youth Sound.
The time that Grace could move is
6 p.m.
You can't afford to miss the next episode of The Mailbox as we focus on the topic fathering behind bars. Incarceration may affect persons' physical and mental health, causing psychological stress. Separated by prison bars, incarcerated fathers face many hurdles in maintaining relationships with their children. You are invited to join the conversation with Reverend Jason Downer, Associate Forensic Psychologist, President of Mogava, and lead for the Unangered program on Wednesday, January 29 at 5:30 p.m. on the family station Love 101. The mailbox is brought to you by Solid PVC Pipes, manufactured in Jamaica by Fosrich Company Limited. That's Wednesday, January 29 at 5:30 p.m. only on the family station Love 101. The mailbox Monday.
Yes. Strong man. Integrity man. I am a man. Okay. Where are the campus nights? Students are step up in a pride to be
Welcome back to Campus Connection. It is a lovely Tuesday evening, and we are well underway in today's show. We are just about at our discussion segment where we're going to be talking about financial literacy. And if you missed that awesome testimony in I Chose Christ or the honor roll interview with Joel from Guys Hill, I mean, you've missed a lot. But not to worry, we have an exciting discussion coming up for you. We're talking with Miss Aisha Ritchie of Ritchie Ignition Consulting Solutions. She's a certified life coach and business coach, and she's an international empowerment speaker, and she's an author of the book Choosing Me, 33 Inspirational Quotes, and she's an award-winning actress. We also have with us Mr. Nicholas Williamson, a student at the UU Mona and a social entrepreneur. He's a second-year law student at the University of the West Indies. He's an event host, a voiceover artist, motivational speaker, and a youth advocate. And of course, he's currently working with the VM Group to promote financial literacy to young people and to students. So we have what we need to really have an engaging discussion on this topic, something that our young people can relate to, right? So, first of all, welcome to the show, lady and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yes,
Awesome,
yes.
awesome.
Aisha, meet Anesta. Anesta, meet Aisha.
I'm so sorry I wasn't here to give you trouble last week. But
That's
I'm here
okay.
now.
That's okay. But it was so nice, right, Jonathan? We had to do
Absolutely.
it twice.
Absolutely. And Nicholas, thank you so much for being a part of the show this evening. So very excited and happy to, jump into this conversation. So earlier I would have shared with Anesta about the little bank book. It was a blue bank book. I can't forget it, right? That I had when I was from grade 1, I believe, or probably before that. How early can you remember yourself understanding money? Aisha, we'll start with you. How early can you, say, all right, cool, a little piggy bank or savings?
Yeah, man, piggy bank. Because the thing is, my parents exposed me to money. Remember, I told you last week that I came from the garrison. We never have a whole lot. So one of the things that my parents did from very early was to ensure that I had the piggy bank. I understood that when anybody gave me the money, it was not to just spend and buy ice cream, but it was if you're gonna spend some, you're gonna have to put away some, and that bank book that we can all remember. So just thinking back, I think from probably about age 5, age 6 that I started to really take saving seriously.
What about you, Nicholas?
Well, for me, I can be the same like Miss Ritchie, no joke. I remember my grandmother taking me from a tender age. And probably said, you need them time there.
Yes.
Precisely, but I remember getting my first account, and she was all about teaching me about just that financial literacy, because it's very much important from that tender age. So for my idea I've been taught to say, all right, then it's good to save, especially with
Yeah.
course. Maybe one day you probably would be in a situation where you really would want to be in. And I think it's to, have something laid aside for that
Mhm.
particular reason.
So what piqued your interest in the area of business and money management? Nicholas, what piqued your interest in that?
Wanting to have my own money.
I mean, that's a strong motivator. I can see. Yeah, yeah.
I'm there with you. I'm there with you. Absolutely.
Financial independence is what our young people are all for. This generation
Mm-hmm.
want to
That's true.
They want to be able to do what they want to do, and they don't want anybody to stop them from doing what they want to do. And sometimes it's just putting you in that box because mommy will say, "Hey, I don't have the money to buy the shirt where you want.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the money to buy the shoes where you want, or just want that clock to wear go to school. You want that, that bag or whatever it is you wanted at that point in time." So financial independence is what piqued my interest. In financial literacy, and aside from that, just wanting to know about how to manage my money.
Mm.
Because I feel like I had a good grasp on how to spend my money, but not so much how to manage the money. Because spending
Yeah. See, that's the thing,
yeah,
That's the thing.
I feel like it would be very much knowledgeable because myself in being a bit, knowledgeable. So it would only be knowledgeable if it's that I know, part and part and it work hand in hand together. So knowledge and spending and when to spend and when not to spend. I think so that was what piqued my interest in financial literacy.
Mm.
So let's, cause you see the thing is, Aisha, you kind of triggered me earlier, when you mentioned the whole parent taking the money and keeping it for you. I have to give my
Mm-mm-mm.
mother a call after this interview because I believe she has some money for me.
Oh yeah,
You get a little
listen,
birthday
Mama
money.
Tom,
Listen,
You get a
all
little
of
birthday.
our
Oh no,
parents have money
I
for
listen.
keep it
us
for you.
because you
I keep it
remember.
for
Jonathan,
you.
I mean, what I
Jonathan, if you
experienced.
want to remain on good terms with your parents,
No
just
man, I'm
forget
gonna give
about
her a
it,
call. I'm gonna give her a call.
bro.
Let,
But let's
Just call
explore
call it quits. She took care of you, right?
Yeah,
for the
But
man.
9 months.
the
For the
truth
9 months.
is,
Don't forget.
And that,
the
Yeah.
truth is, like when we actually get into the habit of saving and saving
Mm-hmm.
early, we went from piggy bank to having the bank account. I remember my parents taking me to the bank. So I understood
Mm.
that I need to put the money away. So it wasn't just dropping it into the piggy
Powerful.
bank or dropping it into whatever, like a bucket or whatever you created or made shift. It was
Mm-hmm.
actually, listen, no, it's not just about saving the money so you get a dollar for a dollar. No, you need to get some money on top of that money. So that is when the
Powerful.
bank comes in. And of
Mm.
course, you have the occasional, can I borrow that you don't get back, right?
Yeah,
Trust me. But
there's
I
that.
think we need to shed some
I
light
think it was
on.
more about character
Mhm,
building than you actually saving anything tangible that
character
you can
building, you
put your
say.
hands on. Yeah, yeah.
As
It
I
was
said,
character
I'm triggered.
building.
I'm
Perspective.
triggered. And I'll be giving a nice good call. But financial literacy refers to basic personal finance skills. So to competently, that's the word we're looking for, earn, spend, invest, save, budget, and borrow money. It includes personal financial management, succession planning, investment decision making, and tax planning, right? So Aisha, you deal with helping persons. Well, you're a life coach, and I'm sure finance is a big and major part of that aspect of it all. So the question therefore is, so it can be a very hard thing to deal with when we talk about money, but how should we approach it when it comes down to even our campus sites? Do you have a word for that parent, that guardian who is listening and they're like, light bulb moment, I probably need to talk to John about this, but they don't necessarily know how to approach it. What would you say to them?
The first thing that I would say, which is almost unconventional, right? Because we're expecting to hear about budgeting and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But the first thing I'd actually say is ask yourself what your relationship with money is. So I'm saying that to say a lot of us, especially those persons who grew up in not with the gold spoon, right? You kind of feel like, okay, because I didn't have it, and we see it so much in our society right now. You see it okay, now that I have $1,000 that I didn't have before, I have to spend it. So I have to find that something nice. I have to go buy that big lunch. I have to go treat myself to this nice sneakers, the handbag, the heels. I have to go put my whatever late me have locks, me no know. But right? So what is your relationship with money? Do you have a scarcity mindset that is making you to once you get money in your hand, you know when they say your hand make a scratch you? And then sometimes people ask you, is it the right one or the left one? Because it depends on which hand is scratching you, because it may mean that you're going to be spending some money. What's your relationship with money? Are you wasting it because you feel like you don't know when you're going to get it again? Or are you now using it in an effective way, which I'm sure the strategies will come out in our discussion today, so that you can manage it well, create wealth, and build generational wealth? Because one thing with me, I name Richie. And I understand, Jonathan, you see where I'm going.
Yeah.
If I was not born for money, money must come from me. So I must create it for my family and the generations to come.
Beautiful.
So, on that note of what is your relationship with money, there is an interesting perspective that I recently learned of how we tend to spend to promote an image of ourselves, and how we do a lot, we buy a lot of things we don't need to impress people we don't know, and I find that our young people, especially when we do get a chance, when we do get money, when we get our first job, that's a big part of it, that image spending. So Nicholas, I know you're into advising young people on how to spend and stuff like that. Do you see this coming up, and how do you address it? What is your advice to our young people?
Listen, I tell them all the time, because as I told you before, like, it's a thing. Whatever is trending, we want to be a part of it, and we can find a way sometimes not to, because based on our parents, or how parents would say it, or how parents would want to do it, but more so we'd still want to operate based on our own personal wants and needs. And I time, you first have to balance what is your want and what is your need. That's my advice to them, because sometimes we think in the moment that we really need this now, but honestly, we just really want it now. We don't really need it, because guess what? Mommy can buy the bag, or daddy can buy the shoes. What else can I use the money for? Is it that I could, probably start a business with this money? Probably I can, buy a bag of baggies and now buy the bag of baggies. But I'm trying to say, right? Probably I could and probably sell them back, something like that. Because at the end of the day, you want more money. Then it's advice to them: balance the want and the need. And when you can be able to effectively do so, you say, all right, this is the need at the moment. You'll feel as though you're spending your money, as though it is better to spend it than when you probably feel like you're spending it on want. So that's my advice to them oftentimes.
Do you want to add to that, Aisha?
I mean, I love what he said in terms of wants and needs, and I endorse it 100%. The other thing that I'd add to it is really just, it's not just about wants and needs, but when you have identified that, building on that to say that, no, tell your money where to go. It's not just, and lots of people think that financial freedom is just, no, when you have a whole heap of money. No, it has nothing to do with that. I mean, it's dependent on what your desires are, what your goals are, understanding your financial goals as well. But the truth is, when you don't tell your money where to go, which is by virtue of a budget, then your money just moving, and you don't even know where it's going. You're not keeping track of it. You are not intentionally saying, money, go here. This go there. Then it goes wherever it wants to, because become what's the word? Impulsive spending comes in, and all of that comes in that really does not align with getting to the financial freedom and literacy that you really want.
Wow, awesome. That's absolutely awesome. We're going to go to a break, but I want both of you to think about something because we want to give some real life practical, steps and solutions, how them can really use the lunch money and all of those things really to apply it. But you want to stick and stay with us. Share this live stream right now with a campus site, a teacher, a parent, a cousin of a campus site, anybody who needs this information, because it's about to get really good. So stick and stay with us after these messages.
We've seen a lot of our customers make some good moves over the years. Whether it's sharing a hug with a friend you haven't seen in a long time or sharing a meal, Grace has been there. So let's keep making these moments together, because rest assured, every time you choose Grace, you know you're making a good move.
Always a good move when you move it with Grace. Yeah. Double the energy, double the vibe, everything. Yeah. Nothing in the nice, yeah. Double 7, liter the drink. It's the smoothest premium tasting, better than a bull when it raging. Yes, double 7 one with dating. Double the energy, double the vibe, double the energy drink. The drink for you, rest. Okay, we are campus nights. Students are step up in a pride.
Yeah, man. Welcome back to Campus Connection. If you're just joining us, we're having a very insightful conversation. We're talking about financial literacy, and we're joined by Aisha Ritchie from Rich Ignition Consulting Solutions and Nicholas Williamson, student at UMona, and he's also a social entrepreneur. So before the break, we would have said that, we really and truly need to give our campus side some practical steps, like real life solutions. So Nicholas, we're going to start with you. What are some of the things that you think campus sites should do concerning being a better financial steward?
Right. So, of course, as I said before, we oftentimes love being independent spenders, and having our own money for ourselves. And the first thing is, I'd always tell them, don't major on the minor. Them ways, that's the first thing I'd always say, because when you major on the minor, then things don't get done, and then you have debt in certain situations, or you feel as though you're operating from a negative place or negative vantage point. No, I'd always practical tips. I always say, if it is that you can do without in certain situations, do without it. That's fine. It's not what everybody has. You'll always have. The ways. It's not gonna make you look bad. It's not gonna make you sound bad or make you feel bad, because you're finding a better way how to manage and spend your money. Practical tips I'd give is always find a way to be able to have that money turn over, or have some more money. That's always my thing, because the other day when I do interviews or do financial literacy conversations with students, the first thing that comes to mind is, what am I saving for? What am I saving for? I have my parents for that. That's the first thing, especially when I go to some of these high schools. They'll be like, sir, I have nothing to save for, so I don't need to be objective like how you're telling me to be objective. And my first thing is, what happens when all of that money that you think you have run out? They be like, then for that money, what if she says no? So I'm like, the best thing to do is to find a way to make that money turn over. And believe you me, our young people, they are very creative. I've always told them, if it's that you're good in graphic designing, you're good in making some craft and making some merch, these are things that you can do to help you turn over your money and see a profit coming in. So, all right, me have money come here, and there. So, and then afterwards, you'll be like, all right, then. I see a goal, I see a dream, then I can be able to say, all right, then I want to probably get a car one day. Or might probably want to, help my parents' tuition if that's a thing. Because that was my, tuition came about. And then you'd be like, all right, what's gonna happen here? So how they gonna pay it? Them kind of ways. And that is how sometimes these practical things come into play. Sometimes meals, what you eat, you don't have to buy Burger King all the time or KFC all the time. You can meal prep from home. I always tell them, you can, buy something here and there. And you as I said before, find a way to have that money turnover. Then you can be able to say that you're actually, earning something, and you're actually, an independent, stable spender kind of way. Kind of ways. So that's basically what I would say to them.
Mm. So, Aisha, I feel like there's a concept of or a misconception of how to actually become financially independent. Like
Mm.
many people try to do it uh, by getting themselves into more debt. So they go and borrow this amount to be able to afford that thing, and then they're still paying on that amount, but at least now they have that thing, and
Right.
it's just kind of like a
It's a
cycle.
cycle. It's
Yeah.
a cycle. And it's a cycle that if you're not careful will never end and you get further and further in debt. And guess what? Sometimes these things are experiential, because I've been there.
Mhm.
I literally have been there.
Yeah.
Having this, when I just started uni, when I was doing my undergraduate degree, my parents couldn't afford to pay. I took student loan. All right, then
Mhm.
student loan was my first year, and I made up my mind that I ain't gonna pay no more student loan. That's it.
Mhm.
So I got a scholarship for the rest of my tenure there. But
Mhm.
guess what? Okay, had that not come, as a matter of fact, let me not even go there. But then I'm finished with school now, and I have this 1 year to pay. Now,
Mhm.
at the time, student loan did kind of very expensive. I'm not so sure. Oh, it's there right now. But
Expensive.
it's more expensive.
Expensive.
But I wanted to make sure that I could, because now you're finished school and you're left with this debt. Like you're
Yeah.
starting life with debt.
In debt.
Right.
Mhm. Mhm.
And a lot of people, you start working and you're trying to make your payments and you're trying to make the payments. And then you say, okay, what if I hear the concept of debt consolidation? So you're like, I want to buy the car. We'll come back to needs and wants, right? I want to buy the car because now I have to live up to this image or my job requires it. I'm taking a car loan, but I have this student loan debt. So, okay, let me consolidate and then we try put that on top of that. And then you start build again and then you start borrow again and you
Right.
start borrow again until you recognize that you're very, very deep in debt.
Mhm.
How can you actually now look at ways to come out of that situation? The first
Yeah.
things first is one, understand again, we come right back to the whole people pleasing and understanding your needs and wants. What do I need? What can my life afford? And where am I going in the long term?
Mhm.
Financial goals. Where am
Yeah.
I going in the long term? Do I need this right now?
Yeah.
Okay, if I don't need it right now, or if I do need it right now, how can I make this work? Do I buy a 2025, what's the most popular car now on the streets? Kia. Do I buy a 2025 Kia something, or no, do I go and buy a used car from a used car dealer since I
Right.
need it for my job? But
Mhm.
you see, a lot of us are so focused on making sure that we stay in the hype, and social media promulgates this kind of thing because
Yes,
everybody
talk
wants to be
about it.
flash. Yeah, man, everybody
Mhm.
wants to be
Mhm.
flashing, everybody wants to show that they're living their best life. But the
Mhm.
truth is you have to be so careful of getting in that debt trap, because if you do not have support and proper guidance to get out of it, you can end up in trouble, and you can end up paying a lots of money that you can't afford to repay.
Wow, that's so true. Even as we wrap this discussion, I wanted to find out from both of you just really quickly. Encourage our young people. Tell them something that you believe can really change the way that they manage money. Let me start with you, Nicholas, and then jump to you, Aisha.
Education is the key to betterment always. And the best thing to know is that knowledge is power. There's no better person in this entire world to manage your money than yourself. Them
Mm.
your public interest, the financial institution, they're trained, of course, but of course you'll feel much better knowing it for yourself and understanding it for yourself. And for that reason, I'd always say try to learn as much as you possibly can. Try to start out with little budgeting, little savings, them kind of ways, because believe it or not, although it's a sad thing, we don't get this in school much. We don't learn about how to save and budget, and that's one of my biggest issues and my biggest advocacy points, because We need to start seeing these things in school. We need to start teaching them how to budget, how to save, what to expect, how to invest. Because believe it or not, some of these things that we're learning now really carry go far. Them kind of way they become. We're not expected and made to see is again if it's that we do something else. Them kind of way. That's just my honest opinion. And I say to them, because of course, at the end of the day, when everybody says, "What do you want? You want to be rich?" Everybody gonna be like, "Yes, I want to be rich. I want money." That's the first thing. And education is good. So find out from somebody if it's that you want to talk to somebody who is a professional, whether it be VMBS or anybody else, financial institution, your accountant, a friend, whosoever it is that can be able to educate you on these matters. Then for sure, go ahead, read up. Social media is there. Read up on how to get into these things because, of course, as I said before, knowledge is power. It's always good to be ahead of the game and ahead of things in that particular regard. So read up, all the stuff.
I'm going to add to that. Knowledge, great. Definitely. Make sure that you're budgeting. Tell the money where to go. Tell it where to go. It's never too early to start investing as well. The investment market right now, there's so many opportunities. Right now, a little bit volatile, but that is why you have to get the relevant advice from a certified financial advisor. You want to talk with someone. It's never too early to start. And you don't even have to worry about I don't have enough money to start. You can start with what you have. Start with what you have. The last thing I want to say is that stop thinking about money as something that controls you. Everybody wants to get rich. Do you want to be rich? Yes, miss. However, we're thinking about money as if it's something that is elusive and that we have to work. All of us are running and trying to snatch it. Why not? Money is easy to come by. It is very, very easy to come by if we start to think of it as a tool that we can use to get to where we want to go in life, for it to facilitate our dreams coming true. Start to think about money and let the money work for you. Let the money work for you and not the other way around.
Wow. Aisha said money is easy to come by, and I felt that. I receive it in Jesus' name. Yeah. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of this discussion here inside Campus Connection. Brought to you, of course, by Heart NSTA. Trust, skill is power. Such an amazing conversation exploring the world of financial literacy. Just want to thank you again for being a part of it and all the very best for the future.
Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Cool. Wow, yet another amazing show here inside Campus Connection. Next week, February 4th, 2025, Praying Youths in Praying Times. That's PRAYING, Youths in PREYING times. You want to be here for that. Want to say a big shout out to our team members, Dr. Nadine Blair, Jermaine Johnson, Shania Smith, and David Sutton, Raquel Robertson, Ruth Lawrence. Thank you so much for all that you do behind the scenes as we continue to do Campus Connection. To our amazing guests, big up on yourselves. Thank you for making the Campus Connection. And to our sponsor, Heart NSTA Trust, skill is power. We are so very grateful that you would have seen the importance of a show like Campus Connection and say, hey, we have to support that show. So see you next week as we explore more things while going on campus. I am Jonathan Fletcher.
And I'm Anesta Samuels. We'll see you next week.
Everybody want more. Inspiration for the day.